Where's my super suit? Anyway, today on Z Cooks, welcome to Z Cooks, by the way. It's a 2022 Z Cooks. It's May 2022. I can tell you the year. It's Friday the 13th, actually, which is like, I don't know, that makes it better or worse. I gotta clear the popcorn out of my fucking stove top because I built the popcorn holding rig. I know I don't come and update this channel very often, but I built a popcorn rig with a bowl that was painted, so I had to murder ball it on a burner for like 2 hours, and I was doing this with the lid, like clamped on, and then it does this. Wait. See, it seems to slide now, but when it's hot, it gets stuck and literally knocks these like off. And I was like, ah. And then when it did that, it got stuck and ripped the lid off, and then I had to try to move it, and I burned my fingertip real good because this has been over the flame. Anyway, we're making Thai iced tea. Or Thai bubble tea. I don't do the bubbles when I do Thai tea. There's popcorn on the floor. You have to excuse me. So if you want to do those bubbles, I don't know, figure out, put some fish larvae in there or some shit. I don't do that shit. I'm only doing this because I have made a successful batch and I was trying to make this stuff back in my old apartment, which is 2020, early 2020, 2019. It would have probably been, was I making any in 2020? I was too busy moving to make anything good. Anyway, so it's like 2019, I bought these, which means they're probably not even that fresh anymore. But these are available on Amazon. It's just a Thai tea mix, Chat Marumi brand, please drink. Product of Thailand. And the problem I was running into, for some reason, like I didn't know how to make tea. Like that's always like number one. If you want to make tea, you should probably figure out how to make tea. And when I was making it originally, it was before I got into my whole, what's the brand name? The brand that I buy, the fucking Kilogram tea. Before I started getting into expensive tea, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I washed Alton Brown, put the leaves in that thing, and I strained it. I'm like, this is pretty good. The secret to tea is you can't be a cheap fuck. That's literally the secret. You've got to be a wasteful fuck. Because it comes down to, here's your tea. You're going to put a measured amount in water, either in a thing or not a bag. I actually have a bag for this, but I don't want to use it because it's just a mess to clean out. You put it in there for a short period of time. But the shorter the period of time, the more you've got to put in. So I'm like, oh man, I spent $10 on this bag of tea. I'll put in like half a teaspoon and boil it for like 12 minutes. And that's not how tea works. You got to put in like 5 teaspoons and boil it for 2 minutes. You got to get that flavor out of there real quick and then get it out. So with the last time I made the Thai tea, I did a 4-minute brew period with an ungodly amount of this stuff. Because 2 bags, how many pounds or ounces is this bag? 400 net weights. It doesn't even say if it's grams, just says 400. So 400 of them are in here. And I put like a lot. I'm gonna measure amount this time. This way if I fail, we could adjust from that. What is this, a cup? I'm gonna put 1 cup of dried leaves in what is only 2 of these. So how many ounces is this? Does nothing tell me its fucking size? Those are the containers I get my milk in. I get my milkies. Mama milkies? No, don't say that. It's freaking you out? All right, fine. Here are the lids. Maybe one of these has a size on it. Nope. How do they not tell you it has half gallon? All right, these are half gallon. So there's a gallon of water in there because I filtered out a gallon of water. Make sure it doesn't smell like old milk. I have rinsed these out and I do reuse a lot of them, and then I keep a couple more down here. And the rest of them I bring for my $2 deposit over at Wegmans. So the goal here is to, see, I still haven't gotten the filter. Do I have any filter material? I could have sworn I had some sort of filtering material. Like a coffee, like a actually, will a coffee filter? Like this would work. This would work to filter that out. Problem is the leaves are going to expand to way bigger than that. So what I really need is like a cheesecloth and a strainer. Do I have cheesecloth and I have a strainer right there. Do I have cheesecloth? Because ideally you wouldn't have, wow. Oh God, how did that fuck up? just immediately. Oh God. Everything's gone downhill. It's been so long since the Z Cooks that now everything is just a huge failure. And I'm exhausted right now, by the way. Like, I would love to take a nap. I will tell you all to go fuck yourselves and go take a nap. Holy shit, I have cheesecloth. Chewbacca did that. She's up in the sky looking down at me. I really did not know if I had cheesecloth. That's amazing. So warning, don't suffocate your baby with the bag. How many children had to die from cheesecloth bags and they'll put that on every one of them? So I'm not gonna go single. I'm gonna probably double this up, or I don't know how much cheesecloth you're supposed to use. You know why they call this cheesecloth? Because you're supposed to wrap cheese in it. Ha 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 ha. I have this one or I have the white one. The biggest problem is going to be, by the way, I left my refrigerator door open last night, my freezer door open, and opened my fridge and it was like, ha 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 ha, and I'm like, no. We need to get it out of this vessel into another vessel and then let it cool and then get it into that. So where's another pot that'll hold a gallon of liquid? This will probably do. These are my pressure cooker things. So, and this will it hold this? You don't make one serving of Thai tea, by the way. You make like enough for the evening. Well, that's, no, I don't trust that. All right, we'll go with the bigger one. Where's the bigger one? Are you clean? Because 80% of the time, if I make pasta and strain it out one of these, I just don't wash it because it's just starch. But now I'm gonna be drinking what comes through here, so I'm gonna give it a little bit of a wash and a rinse. The biggest problem is making fuckloads of tea. Like, if they just made tea bags for it, like, have you ever seen like sun-brewed tea where they make tea bags, you leave it in there all day? That's fake-ass tea. That's some fake-ass Lipton tea. Not that I have anything against Lipton tea. There we go. So I'm gonna leave this folded in half. And we're basically just gonna pour our final brew into this. I'm going to open up this bag more and see if I can grab now. Yeah, 1 cup of tea should be an ungodly amount of tea. For a gallon, 1 cup per gallon, that feels like a good amount. I want to be able to repeat this because it was so good last time. So yeah. And now, if you want to make Thai tea like correctly, not just brew the thing, you need, that water's still coming to a boil, I think. Well, I missed the light switch. It's all right, don't need it anyway. You need some Eagle brand sweetened condensed milk. So sweetened condensed milk is sweetened condensed milk. This is what makes the tea go from like a dark brown to actually like orange. It brings the color out, and it's supposed to sweeten it. Now, the problem is everything of condensed milk I've ever seen has come in this sort of can. Either you have to open it with a can opener or pull the lid. So, last time I made it, I made a slurry, which is, oh man, oh God. I'm gonna have to get in there with a spoon. Anyway, I use a Talenti container because it's roughly the same size. And if I make this, I'm probably gonna have to do that anyway. So what I've basically done, I'm wandering around. Like, I have all this kitchen and there's no place to work. Like there, why do I have there to work? How bad am I at space management? My old apartment, I felt like I had more room. I'm gonna level this off. I'm gonna do it over the thing because anything I drop will go there. So, what I basically did is, this shit is super thick. Like, this is crazy thick. Like, it's the thickest thing that you've ever fucking experienced. And so I milked it down. And I know what you're saying, Zia, so you mean watered down? No, 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 milked it down. I took milk and I added, from what I had left in the can, because I figured this out again, we're watching the first actual take of me doing this. I milked it down, and then after I melted down, I added sugar. Because ideally you want to add just a little bit of that to the tea and have it be good to go. Because we're making a gallon of tea, or I should say we're using a gallon of water. When we refill those, there will not be a gallon of water left because the tea leaves are going to absorb a bunch and hold on to it forever. In fact, what I should probably do would be to add a little bit more water, but I want to know exactly how much I have to add next time. So when I refill these with the tea, after the absorption has happened from the tea, I'll see how far down. Maybe I'll fill it up to the tippy top and fill this one up as far as we can go. And if it's like fucking a half a gallon of water is missing, I'll know next time if I'm gonna make a gallon and a half. I'm gonna find out how much that tea is gonna steal. But anyway, you take this is like pudding. It's like thick. Just milk and sugar, no artificial ingredients. And while it is quite a lot of sugar, what is it? Sodium 35, 21 grams and 10 per container. We're gonna get a lot of fucking Thai iced tea out of this one can, more than 10. And 21 grams is not what makes this right amount of sweetness for Thai iced tea. So I literally just added sugar from my sugar container here, which is the one I stole from Canada. If you don't know that whole story, there's a whole story. But I use this type of sugar, like wholesome, either cane sugar or natural sugar or unbleached sugar, so it's not purely white. It's like a little bit brown or tan, because you need it. And I don't want to, when I make this sort of tea, you don't do it and mix it all together and leave it in there. You want to keep the tea separate from the milk, separate from everything else, and then just combine it over ice. Depending on how strong we make this, or how strong it comes out with that, I was finding I had to put 3 or 4 ice cubes in it and wait to sort of water it down on top of milking it down with the sweetener here. So I'm going to try to get this off the bottom of this. I don't believe with the amount we have in here, I'll be able to fit a whole other can. This is 1 pint or 473 milliliters. How much is in here? 396 grams or 14 ounces. So I could put some more in there because ideally I want to have just 2 liquids, cold tea and cold milky condensed milk sugar mixture. And then you figure out, you either just go by feel, or maybe we could even like work out how much to put in from that. Although you're not going to measure it. Like no one's going to measure it. Are we almost at a boil here? I see condensation forming. I see a couple bubbles popping. I'm going to leave this closed because we'll be able to do our test with this bit. I'm just getting that sugar is not dissolving. What I probably would have to do is, can I heat milk and melt sugar into it on the stove is the question. Because I know I could heat milk to make like cream of wheat, and then I do actually put sugar in my cream of wheat, so I melt the sugar into the milk in the cream of wheat. But can I do that in such a way to make it so that this would work out? Because that would be the ideal thing. So now we're just waiting for water to boil. We've got our cheesecloth here, which shouldn't pull down if I pour into this. I could actually, you know what I could do? You ready for me being smart? This is for smart Zeos people. Zeos can occasionally be smart. I'm gonna preemptively soak our cheesecloth in filtered water. This is my filtered water spray bottle for spraying the top of pizza and other baked items to keep them from drying out and things. If it's wet already, pouring water into it won't have it like fucking it up. So you'll actually be able to, it'll stick to the sides a little bit. All right, let's get a timer out. So how have you guys been? I haven't, maybe I'll release this, if I upload this video, maybe I'll release it like when I upload it. So if it's Friday the 13th in May, am I doing 4 minutes? I think I'm gonna do 4 minutes again. 4 minutes was good. 4 minutes is like the minimum amount of time I think you could actually brew something before it's like, why are you even bothering? Oh yeah, get that fucking sugar out there. Now, I'm down 10 pounds, or 11 pounds actually, if you believe the scale today, although I may have rounded down at the top and then rounded down again, which would still mean 11 pounds down. Not that you could see it or I can feel it, but the scale doesn't lie. Also, the batteries in this scale were dead, and it was telling me I'm fat, and then I fixed the batteries, and now I'm just lighter, and I don't know. It took like, I went like a month between weighing sessions, though. It's not healthy to, oh, look, we're already getting the orange. So these are just those dried, what fell off of the cup. Just went in here and I spritzed it and it's already orange. This has to be a rolling rapid boil before we throw it in there. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. Actually, you know what? Let's not take it to a rapid boil. Let's get the probe out. Because some teas don't like the heat. And I'm not sure if Thai tea is one of those that's like, oh, you got to take me to exactly 212 or 100 degrees Celsius. We are at 138, 154, 160. We're only on like the 160s here so far. So we need to get it up to at least 180. I don't know of any tea that listens, because there's a reason you have to get the tea in like the perfect temperature water. Green teas are delicate teas, so anything higher than like 190, you might actually burn the leaves as they enter water. I know that sounds weird, but you're not gonna get your best flavors. And then some teas, like black teas, I think are just like, fucking throw me in the sun. So 212. I don't know with Thai tea, because A, the packaging is literally all in Thai. So I'm fucking guessing here. And I was reading instructions, but nothing, it just says boil water, put it in. I think they might be just telling me that. Oh my God, will that fit? Oh, baby, look at that. Zeus is the king of the world. So now I could actually watch and see when it's going to come to the exact temperature we need. So this is a rock pan, the rock pan. We're at 172. 0.5, 0.8, 0.9, 173.1, 0.5. I'm literally watching water boil. So this is going to be, I should probably put this back in the fridge. We're not going to be using this at all. I just wanted to show it to you. I gave it a shaken. Also, this is very sticky. Everything about this is sticky and terrible. I mean, sticky and delicious, but it's sticky and terrible at the same time. Oh, God. You're going to get a lot of this. Doing anything with condensed milk or sugar. Very sticky. 176. All right. We're going to get to one. I'm going to shut the camera off. I'm going to bring the camera back on at like 185 to 190. And then we're going to toss our fucking tea in there and turn it off and then talk for 4 more minutes. Because what else are we going to do? I'm not going to start it. Actually, I could probably stop it for 4 minutes. And that didn't take very long. We're at 191, 192. So, I do want to stir it though. Like, I could get a whisk if I really want to get crazy. No, because when you just dump it in there, it might stay as like an island. 192.9, 193. The thing is, I'm going to turn the heat off and put this lid back on it. I'm going to stir it, put the lid back on, and we're going to start that timer at 4 minutes. And then when that timer goes off, we're dumping it in here, probably right there. And then it's just a matter of cooling it down. Like, you could try to add as much ice as possible, but it's never going to work. So we're at 195. Water boils at 212, but we have plenty of shit going on. I'm shutting that heat off. Any residual heat, 195.6, 195.7, 195.9, 196, 196.1, 196.2. Somehow shutting off the heat off is making it rise rapidly. All right. Yeah, we're at 196 degrees. Don't crush my little measurer. 1 cup. Oof. See, we're just doing that. We want to get that down into the water. Let it do its thing. Its magic brew. Ooh, it's making like a sizzly sound. Is that good? Oh, shit. All right, so we got to reduce like 10 seconds off this brew. Like, it actually matters. Like, to the second fucking matters. And I guess I don't have to recover it again. Like, the steam that's escaping, you usually would cover it to keep it from, you know, being less water. But we got a gallon of water here. So I'm just going to leave it uncovered. And we're not losing much material on that. Do its thing. I got to wash this. Anything with sugar on it, you just got to get that shit off. Move this. This can be cleaned. I kind of want this lower. I'm going to put it in a drawer. This is a lower countertop. We'll do it here. We'll do it here on top of this. Oh, did I just start a timer? We'll do it here on top of this in case I fuck up and spill it. Some of it won't spill off. Some of it won't spill off. Yeah, get in there. We'll get those. Oh yeah, we're wunching now. 1 cup per gallon. It's a nice dark. We can see how black that is. I may not even need to go 4 minutes. Again, shorter times better. Maybe I'll do 3 minutes. Think we'll do 3 minutes? Because I feel like we're going to get everything we need to get out of that tea fast. When you put it in a bag, like it takes time to do things. When you just pour it in whole leaf, it's way better to get the fucking shit in and out. Don't fuck up the kitchen. Yes, ma'am. Okay, so if we're gonna do 3 minutes, then we only have 1 minute to go. We put it in for 4, 2 minutes have elapsed. Minus 10 seconds. We used a lot of tea too. A cup of tea might be like a maximum. Like this thing's coming out orange already. All right, so we put it in. We didn't hit the start for 10 seconds. I have to pour this out of here basically now. We're at 1:37 left on the timer. I have to pour it directly down or I'm gonna miss the thing. All right, 1:28. I have to be pouring in 15 seconds. I'm gonna stop that. I have to be pouring it in 10 seconds. We're doing exact science here. This is a 3-minute brew. How am I doing this? Oh, it's not bad. It's going. Checking the bottom of the pot, making sure nothing's going there. There's our sludge. We've got a nice amount of just hot sludge. So leave that there, reset this. So now basically all our timing structure is done. What we're going to do, which I could pull this off. Get that over a sink where we'll be dripping orange for fucking ever. Now pull this out. How do I get this off the rag? All right, so I guess I'm just opening this up. Ta-da! And I know some, oh, did baby have an accident? Yeah, you did. I know some plants, like actual like plants, like in your house, will actually use this as soil. You could just take your old tea leaves. If you brew like this, you can take your old tea and just give it to the plants, which sounds phenomenal. I would love to give it to my plants, but I think some of them it's like also very bad for them. Also depends on what type of tea it is. So just rinsing this off. Rinse it off now, by the way. Don't wait. You're not doing anything with that. That shit's hot as fuck. It's nearly 6 o'clock at night. Gee, where did the fucking day go? I did 6 sound demos? 5 sound demos. I did 5 sound demos. No, I did 4 sound demos. I had to change out the systems multiple times, so it's fine. So yeah, let's just give this a squeeze and then open it back up to make sure we didn't miss a side. Yeah, it looks like I wiped a plant's ass with this. I think you could just run this through a wash cycle, maybe a dishwasher cycle. I feel like there's a way to clean cheesecloth, or you just buy more cheesecloth. That actually came out pretty good. It's pretty solid. So now that's it. We cover that. What's here? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna cover it with, this is a magical fucking lid. So our tea has made it down to, I'm trying to put the thermometer back on. After coming off the heat and being strained into a cold pot, we went from 195 to 175. We lost 20 degrees. So we're at 175 at nearly 6 o'clock. Maybe I'll come back and check it every hour because I don't want to put that hot stuff. I've done it before. I've used my little what the fuck's my funnel? Where's my funnel? I've used my funnel to get these bottles filled with like boiling, like 212 liquid, and they don't explode, which is a positive thing to think about. It's just that if you don't have to hold a hot thing and pour it, don't. And I'm not enjoying this tea like right now because it would melt every ice cube I put near it. There's chicken thighs in the sink. There it is. I hate this funnel. It's a fine funnel, but it had a sharp metal bit here that cut me, that I had to remove. And it's got a flat bit around the fucking hole, which means things don't go into the funnel, they go and they rest at the bottom around there. So we'll be putting it from that into that later on. 174.7. 174.6. 0.5. 174.4. We're going to be here a while. Thai tea video. Why are there peppers and onions here? Because I started making dinner since it's 6:30 at night, and I realized, shit, that thing I'm currently steeping the tea, or no, the tea's been steeped. The thing I'm letting it cool down, we're currently at 155. It's 6:30, so we only had about a half hour to cool down. So 155 is still where it's at. And I have to get it out of this because I need to use this in my pressure cooker to make fucking rice. So much for that. We're gonna do this in the sink, however, so we'll do our best not to lose. You laugh, you lose. You think of the game, you've lost the game. Remember that? Remember thinking about the game, you lost it already? Man, we were stupid. All right, putting these in here. Relatively stable. We're gonna need a rag to grab that, or a thick towel, thick, comfy towel. Another thing I wish it had a fucking pour spout. Nothing I've used so far has had a pour spout. And the one pot that I have a pour spout in is literally sitting right there, and it would just been easy. Although I think the pour spout in that doesn't work. I'm gonna still do two hands with this. Trying not to get any of this towel in the actual tea. How bad is this gonna be? Hold on. All right, it's going. I don't see anything falling into the sink. It's a terrible grip angle though. It sucks and it hurts. It sucks and it hurts. So I'm gonna fill one of these up completely. We're getting some foam. The foam is not getting away. All right, that's enough. Oh yeah, we definitely have less than half in here for this. I took the rest of the tea leaves, by the way, and rinsed them out and threw them into my yard. Let the grass drink it. Drink it, grass, drink. There we go. How much is left? There's actually some sediment left at the bottom that didn't get strained. I'm going to try to avoid pouring that in, or go real slow. Real fucking slow. Murder slow. Here it goes. There it goes. There it goes. There it goes. There it goes. It goes. Stop. So there's a little bit of goopy. Goopy scoopy. I'm gonna rinse this out. Let that flow down. We don't need sand in our Thai tea. How's my chicken doing? My chicken is defrosted. Excellent. I'm making that stuff that I make all the time. Butter chicken. I haven't made butter chicken in months. And I'm like, fuck it. Today I'm making butter chicken to celebrate my weight loss. Not just one serving, a double serving. So this is the small one. If you don't know, I think I have a butter chicken video. Although I probably have improved my processes since then. Anyway, the small one we use for rice, and the big one we use for the butter chicken itself. And keep our thing going. So now, I'm sure you want me to try some of that on camera. It ain't gonna happen until much later, unless that cools down real fast somehow. Although now that we've transferred into smaller glass containers, which actually glass will not transmit the heat as well as the stainless steel bowl it was in. Break apart. But I've already got the, this is all the spices we need for a double serving. That's it. And there's only like, I was supposed to put 2 teaspoons of salt. Right, it's a teaspoon, right? Yeah, everything here is teaspoons. Here's the recipe, by the way. So I was supposed to put a teaspoon of salt, 2 spoons, because I doubled everything. I put 1.5, and then I salted the vegetables, so it's about the same. Because you're not supposed to put vegetables in it either, but I'm doing that because I once had, I once made butter chicken and I had leftover peppers and onions in the fridge from something, and I threw it in there, and it was the best. It was the best. That was the best one. I don't care if it's non-traditional. That's above is the best one. So I'm gonna cap this one. That one is officially full. We've got about a ½ inch to the top. And here is how much we lost in tea absorption, which we could actually figure out precisely if I filled up a water thing and poured it in there. But so from now on, when I make this, I want to make this amount of tea, I know I have to make those two full and then a little bit more. Just like, I could water it down. I could water one of those sides down. I'm sure this shit is strong as fuck. Like, I can't even see through it. That is dark. Also, do not put hot tea in the fridge to cool it off. The heat from that will heat the fridge faster than the fridge can cool it down. Because the fridge is used to like maintaining. It's not used to chill something. Put it on the freezer, it would melt everything in the freezer. Put it on the fridge, it would melt everything in the fridge. Leave it on the kitchen counter. You could submerge it into a sink with cold water in it. Although you risk cracking the bottles, but it would, if you did it slow enough, it probably would be fine. And cool it down an awful lot. An awful lot. An ocelot. Cool it down an ocelot. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I gotta go back to Costco. I'm out of Kerrygold butter. I was like, oh my God, I found some yesterday. And then I realized that I'm gonna use all of it today for the buttered chicken. And then I'm probably gonna have to use other butter for it as well. So we'll come back for the tea and we'll try it and we'll see how that works. And I'm gonna do my own dinner, not film it, because fuck that. I'm filming everything. Here we are, everyone. Next day, pull out one of these IKEA glasses, which are the most fragile glasses in the world. Look great. They're like perfect glass. Collect a lot of greasy fingerprints. But if they fall over like this, I've had them just fall, just over, shatter into a million pieces. So we're gonna start our journey. I left my freezer door open, so all my ice is now in one giant lump. There's that. We're going to take out one of our teas, which they didn't go into the fridge till like midnight yesterday. And we need our Mediterranean mint thing with the sugar there's still a little bit of granular sugar in there, you can see. So now I'm not quite 100% sure in which order they do it. I think you got to do this first and then this. But I can never get it to come out like you can on the table. Oh, wait a second. Oh, I fucked up. That's regular iced tea. I made iced tea. That's why it's clear. All right, it's time to try the tea, or the Thai tea. This is regular iced tea. Don't confuse it with that. So put these in around midnight. Nice suction there from the cooling effect. I'm gonna go like 80% off. I've added some ice to it. Not a bad color. Try some before we add the milk mixture. Hold on. Oh, okay. Bitter, but there. Give me some of that sweet, sweet cream. Glug, 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 glug. I'll go try that amount. We didn't really measure that, but we're already getting the orange color that we need. I have, I don't know who gave me metal chopsticks, but I only have one now. That's the perfect stir. Very orange. It's like the end of Evangelion. Needs more sweetness. The tea might actually be a little weak too. I can't tell if the tea is too weak or I just didn't add enough of this mixture. We're gonna try bumping it up a bit. Of course, if the tea was too weak and we used a cup in a gallon, then next time I do it, or when I have to go with a longer brew, ideally I'll be doing this like 5 fucking times till I get it right. I feel like a cup of that stuff, maybe it did need the 4 minutes. It's just weak. It's weak Thai tea. Let's see if it's just a sweet issue. That's good. All right, I'll accept that. I accept this entirely. I just needed more of the sweetness. I may have to, again, change the ratio. When I mix this, so be that, a little bit of milk just to thin it out, and then sugar, which I'll probably end up melting the sugar in the milk, and then adding the whole thing like a slurry. It's refreshing, but not strong enough. I think we have to add more tea mix to the actual brew. Because if I'm gonna do a gallon, I gotta do like a cup and a half. I'm gonna take a cup and a half, I do it for 3.5 to 4 minutes. Well, this is test one. This is very acceptable tea. Very acceptable Thai tea. Yeah, no. So, version 1 of this journey. I will improve this. Oh, God. Oh, God. They're gonna drip onto my hand. Oh, God. Ugh. Oh, God. Anyway, I'll rinse this shit off. There's gotta be a better container also for that simple reason that it fucking flops down off the side and drips on your hand and all over your fridge. To me, it's like the perfect size thing though. So yeah, it's a little bit too light. So this is probably, this one darker? No, they're about the same. Well, I could strengthen these by like literally boiling them off. That's not gonna work though, I'm not doing that. Put this back in here. Put my iced tea, like my regular drinkable iced tea in here. I made 4C iced tea, I'm a lame fuck around. I'll worry about adding more of that when I'm drinking more of this. But yeah, I'd say with what we've established so far, either a longer brew time, we did jump it down to 3, which is why it's like, it's not super bitter when I tasted it straight. I've done that before and it was way worse the last time I did it, but the tea came out stronger. So I think either gotta go 3 to 4 minute brew time or add another probably half cup to the actual brew. Or it could be the heat was too low, because I did throw it in at 195, maybe at 205, 10 degrees makes a huge bit of difference. Maybe I'll go up to, see now that's all the different aspects. Either I use more tea, or longer time, or hotter water. And I'd have to do 3 more brews of this, and if I'm trying to stick with a 1 gallon regimen, that means sometime by the end of the fucking summer, or early, or very, very late in 2022, we'll figure this shit out. Still very, very acceptable. Anyway, thank you for stopping by Z Cooks. Check out the Patreon if you want to join the Z Cooks Consortium Telegram channel, where we all share our food and our lives. And I'll see you all in 2022, 3, 4, 5. Cleaned up the kitchen. This is the same day. I haven't finished this video yet. So this is like I've been refilling this and doing like a balance, like this much and that much and this much, until I finish the entire container of my thing. So I figure I might as well show you what I'm trying to do for the next one, because it definitely, I'm adding too much milk. See how light this color is? Because it's not sweet enough. So I'm going with like a gargantuan amount, like 1/5 of this 1 pint thing is now, I can weigh it actually. This is science, we're talking about science here. So what I could do is I could weigh an empty Talenti thing. This is how we weighed the cat at the vet, by the way. You weighed the carrier with the cat in it, and then I weighed the carrier empty. The vet was like, mind's blown. I'm like, well, this just makes sense. So now if we get a cat carrier, actually, you know what? That's gonna go on a fucking, that's gonna go on the to-do list of life hacks. Weigh your pet carriers with towels, whatever you keep in there. This way, if you go to the vet and they need to weigh your like fucked up, scared animal, just weigh the whole carrier. And then you know exactly what it is with some simple math. Lower that down. That's 40 grams. And this, I could actually tear the, if you want to be real pedantic, I could tear the weight of that so it doesn't weigh that, because these should be the same. And now that is 81 grams, so 40 grams of sugar, which 40, holy fuck. Wait a second. I've got a root beer in here somewhere. Wait, where's my root beer? Do I have root beer? Do I have a soda? Here, ginger beer, extra spicy. This is sugar in grams, right? Sugar's 29 grams. Holy fuck. So I'm trying to make this mix to be the equivalent. And how much is in this? How many grams per the whole container? You good? So grams of sugar per the whole container, 21 total for times 10 is another 210 grams. Total sugars, 18 added per serving, about 10 servings per container. So that's gotta be enough sugar. But yeah, this is barely 80 grams. This is like 2 cans of Pepsi worth of sugar. And I'm trying to do a full half-gallon bottle, or maybe even more. If I make this sweet enough, because you don't need much milk to get the color right. I'm still working out, there's a ratio of 3 things here. There's getting the tea strong enough to either work with or without ice. I was gonna do that without ice. And then it's a matter of how much evaporated milk for color, and this is not gonna add enough sweetness. So then you gotta add sweetness on top of that. So now we got sugar, condensed milk, and tea brew. And the tea brew is its own thing. So yeah, I'm gonna start with, let's do 100. Let's go straight 100. Let's do a straight hundo. Hundo grams. This is like actual science. And now sugar is the worst thing for you. I lost 15 pounds without any exercise ever. You know how I did it? I cut sugar out of my diet for 3 months. And it didn't take me 3 months to lose those 15 pounds. It takes 2 weeks for your body to recover, because sugar is basically like fucking up your whole internal. It just fucks you up real bad. So the sugar fucks you up, and after about 2 weeks, your body gets used to not having sugar, and only then will start actually metastasizing or working properly. So you got to melt it in a little bit of just regular milk. I'm going to use my little stirry stir. That's what I call making sweet milk. So yeah, we've got 100. We've got 100 plus 210, which will not fit in here anymore. I'm pretty sure I've made this too much stuffs in here now to fit it. And I'm not switching to a larger Talenti container. I need to still figure out another type of container. Making some real ass sweet milk. I guess if you don't have condensed milk, you could just use regular milk and sugar, but there's a creaminess involved with the condensed. I just want to give this a bit. Actually, what am I doing stirring? This is fucking America. These are Talenti containers. I literally buy them to do this. I also don't want to curdle the milk, so I don't want to be too violent. I want to put cheese in there. And this is probably not going to dissolve. You can actually hear the sand, like the sand sound. So it's probably going to dissolve slowly. Look at my chicken soup. And then I'm just going to keep on low forever. Yeah, so we can put this away. We're done with that. I could have probably even added less milk to this, because now that I'm doing this, it's starting to froth up a little bit, and it's actually taking up more of the container. So I'm definitely not going to be able to fit all the condensed milk in here like I wanted to. We're trying to be a little bit scientific here. Just a little bit scientific. A quarter pint or a half a cup of milk, right? Was about what I put on top of the sugar to melt it down. And we're just trying to dilute that. And then I'll pop this bastard open. And I'll pour as much of it as I can in here. And then as I'm using it, I'll finish this off and put it in here. I gotta get this. This is the secret. This is what makes it good. You get the tea brew correct, and you make this sickeningly sweet and powerful. Like the milk is actually taking away from the intensity of everything, but I need it for literally a consistency thing. But if you can get the tea brewed properly and this as strong as the fucking fires of hell and damnation, you know what would work? A squeezy bottle, like a mustard bottle. Fuck, do I have an extra one of those? Oh, I used to have like the squeeze, like the old school, you know, red and yellow mustard and ketchup squeezers. I had clear ones of those that I wasn't using. And if I put this in there, that'll stay in the fridge because it's only a small opening. And then you can just turn it about and squeeze it like syrup. Like a syrup bottle. Problem with that would be cleaning it out because this is a milk product. know, I definitely feel like we've got, nothing is like sticking. There's no like, I don't see granules of sugar sticking, so I think we're pretty much there. How clean this kitchen is, sort of, maybe. So let me show you what the consistency of this looks like. See, that's why you gotta put a little bit of milk in there, because it's just drizzleable is the consistency of this shit. Give me this and this. It's too drizzleable. I'm gonna actually try some of this straight. I haven't done that yet. Okay, that is very sweet. I mean, it's 210 grams of sugar per fucking container. It ruins that, though. It ruins it. Okay. But yeah, no, I'd have to add a quarter of this can. Because here's the thing. Okay, it's 210 grams of sugar. That's a lot of sugar, Zeos. Soda can only has 40. So let's assume there's 5 soda cans worth of sugar in here. I don't want to use this much for 5 glasses of fucking Thai tea. I want to use 1/10 of that. So I got to make it twice as sweet in order to accomplish that. Oh my God, goal. This is like pouring motor oil into there. I'm going to leave a little space so I can shake it. If you fill it up, you won't be able to shake it. The air is actually what, quote unquote, aerates it. Wow. Wow. Diabetics, turn away. So now that's warm from the closet. Oh God, looks like Peter North visited my glass. So now, obviously I can't try this on that. I'm not gonna make 19 things. If I had like a whole thing, if this fucking food channel was super popular and all these videos got 10,000 views in the first day, I would have people over and I would buy equipment and we'd do all this shit and write it down and better lighting, but this is sort of like for me now. This is sort of like for me. That actually integrated really well. I could feel it. I could feel the consistency of the whole thing changing. So now, open this up. Oh yeah, now that's sweet, brah. So I'm gonna let it drip off the lid and then I'll rinse off the threads. Can I get this whole can in there? I'm feeling like I might be getting real lucky. Oh, it's gonna be close, bro. Bro. What? Because I still got about a little more than 1/8 of an inch space. But again, I'm not gonna be able to shake this, so I put all of it in there. So I think I'm gonna, yeah, there's like a scrapable amount in there, which the best way to deal with that would be, give me something. I don't want to add another thing to the mix. I just want to lay this on its side and don't want to risk it. I can lay it on its side and actually tilt it up a little bit on the back of that plate. So, okay. If you fuck the threads up the first time, you fucked them up forever. So rinse that fucking lid off. I want this to at least get in there without dripping sugar jizz down the side. All right, see, there's still enough space to show air, so we're still gonna get a nice shake out of it. Once you open condensed sweetened milk, you have to put it in the fridge, by the way, so. And it'll thicken in the fridge. Oh, I jizzed a plate. I didn't mean to jizz a plate, but I jizzed a plate. I should use the bowl. Oh well. If you flip this completely upside down real fast and lay it level, it won't affect it. I didn't think this was gonna move this much this fast. There's no point now. All right, so we're doing a thing. We're letting this, actually, can I jizz this off on the lid there, like that? And then I could just let this fall. Mommy, 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 can we have condensed milk in our cereal? Okay, Timmy. If you want to be fucking wired. Sugar's the worst. Sugar's the most addictive substance on earth. Like, look at every food item you have and how much sugar it contains. Unless it's like a Dorito, there's sugar in it. If they could put sugar in Doritos, they would do it. And it's literally just, it's there to add, the sugar to humans is like illegal substances. We're not supposed to have them. Think about human beings 5,000, 10,000 years ago. Like a berry maybe was a little bit sweet. Some sort of fruit, some tropical fruit would be like a little bit sweet. I'm talking about like a little bit sweet. What we have, the amount of sugar, can only be attained through fucking like literally going to Cuba and cutting down sugar cane and refining it. And then we put so much of it in there. So of course it's fucking like, it's addictive. This is the stuff we're not supposed to be able to have as humans. We're supposed to eat meat, maybe some berries here and there. And I'm not saying you should go on the fucking, what's that diet that makes you like a caveman? The paleo diet or something? Whoops. That may have worked. That's the most madness I've ever done, is try to get that to stick into the middle of it. But I didn't feel it get real squidgy on the threads, so I think we got that whole container in here. So yeah, no, I'm not saying paleo diet's for everybody, but you know, we used to live like 28 years when we were all cavemen. But it's just like cats. Cats are not supposed to eat, you know, processed grains. Their teeth, I'll bring a cat to the vet and it's like, hey, this cat's been eating dry food, its teeth are falling out. They're supposed to be gnawing at shit. And cats aren't like dogs. You can't give them like a treat bone and have them go nuts. So you literally bring them a chicken from Costco, let it cool down and be like, here. Even though that's got a little bit too much salt and seasoning, but you get ones that are unseasoned, or you get ones that are just like, rotisserie chickens are usually delicious on their own. Or you get your plain chicken, you throw it in the fucking oven. Anyway, we're slowly working towards perfection. I might come back one more time when I'm done with this, probably tonight or tomorrow. I've had a lot of Thai tea now. Why didn't you stay off sugar, Zeos? Because here's the problem with staying off sugar. So you get off sugar, takes 2 weeks before your body even recognizes the fact that you're not on sugar anymore. And I mean, you gotta be off of it. Like, you gotta read every label. You're allowed like I don't know, 100 grams per week, or I'm just saying numbers, I'm making shit up. Just be off sugar. Like, you can't have anything sweet that isn't just naturally. So like, have grapes. You could have sugar alternatives because you're gonna need some, you're gonna want some. But your body recovers and it's like, oh, you wake up earlier, you don't feel tired. You just start losing weight because your kidneys and liver all balance out. This is from experience, not from shit I've read on the internet. The problem comes is if you do have sugar, if you have a day where you're like, oh, I'm gonna treat myself to a cake, it's my cheat day. If it's your cheat day with a sugar diet, a no sugar diet, it's your cheat 2 weeks because your body immediately resets back to 2 weeks. And all those benefits are gone for fucking 14 to 17 days or something. So it's literally fucking the hardest diet. I don't give a shit how much you like keto. I like pizza, bro. Fuck you. No sugar, and then maintaining it. I did it for 2.5 or 3 months, and then Thanksgiving rolled around, and I was at my family, and we were all hanging out, and there's cranberry sauce, and there's fucking carrots, and there's fucking all these things that, you know, I didn't tell everyone. I was like, hey, could you put no sugar and everything? You can't. And as soon as I broke it, everything felt great as far as deliciousness goes. But then at the same time, I knew it was fucked. I was fucked. Shit's so addictive. So yeah, if you can quit sugar, more fucking power to you. I literally just why are you watching this video? This is the worst video for anyone trying to quit sugar. I would love to quit sugar. I would need to have like everyone around me quit sugar, or all the sugar would have to become radioactive in the world, and I'd be like, all right, well, I'm not gonna die from that because I saw Chernobyl, it's not fun. That is damn good. Anyway, so now I'm gonna have some chicken soup, which has hopefully no sugar in it. Although I did add chicken salad from Costco. And I swear to God, shit like chicken salad, why would that have sugar in it? I guarantee you, they wanna sell more chicken salad, they put sugar in it. Hello, internet. All right, so for this part, I am currently live streaming, so I'm trying to make bread hold the camera in place so I can mix master this, see how it goes down. Grab some ice. Give me ice. So there's our ice, 3 pieces of ice. We'll do the tea first. Yeah, it's a little bit light. It's just a little bit light from what I think I want. So I'm definitely gonna try a longer brew next round. And so now the newly mixed many sugars thing, and we're just gonna put in, I know I'm gonna measure it. I'll fucking measure it. The amount I'm gonna put in to try with first is 2 tablespoons. This is gonna make a god-awful mess all over my countertop, but it's gonna be worth it for the science. Where's my stirrer? Not stirrups, stirrer. Rinsing it off. It's literally stuck to the countertop. All right, here we go. So here we are on the raggedy edge with a 2 tablespoon to, I guess, a little more than 8 ounces in that. And it looks very pretty. I did taste a little bit of this. It is super fucking sweet. That's about the maximum amount of Thai tea I would pour ever at once. Put this in the sink. Let's give it the stir. Color is decent. We've used barely anything in the actual. We've used barely anything from this. This was almost full, so we've taken it down. So we get like 12 or more of this amount out of this many cups of Thai tea. So now, since I've laid that flat, we're gonna try to do this real quick. Oh, turn the camera down. Gotta screw this on before it slides down the fucking things. All right. Fuck it. Great, roll under there. This is it, the final taste. We'll tell you if this is good or not. I feel like it's a little bitter. I don't know why it's bitter though. It shouldn't be bitter. This is the same problem I had yesterday where it needed to be sweeter than this. But I mean, this would qualify as Thai tea to somebody. It's too weak. The tea I think is weak. I think I'm confusing weakness with bitterness. So yeah, stronger tea next brew. That seems to be okay. Maybe I'll put a little bit more in here. But for now, Thai tea is on its way to perfection. I'll enjoy you all in the next Z Cooks. Remember, check out the Patreon for Z Cooks. We get into the Z Cooks Consortium Telegram chat, and we can all hang out and touch butts and talk about Thai tea. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.